Right in front of the shelter here is the crossing. We have an option of rock hopping or the log. Good morning, it's day 202. It's a little hazy today because it's still kind of drizzling rain, but check out the woods we were camped right besides. Just mossy growth everywhere, crazy, right? Little junior pine trees, but just that moss. And there are little trails here and there, making a zigzaggy network of trails throughout this whole area where people can tent. And we're just south of the shelter, so we're gonna walk by the shelter now, and then we'll head on 15 miles even to Abol Bridge Campground. A little over 15, I guess, because I'm not even sure exactly where the campground is, but it's another beautiful day. And look at that giant mushroom. That's an old one, but a beautiful day. And this is Rainbow Falls, I guess, Rainbow Stream. And you can see the shelter way down below. And the AT actually goes right in front of it. So we're gonna head on over. There were a bunch of people here, as you can see. Tent, there's another tent higher up, there's a hammock, there's a tent way up there somewhere. A lot of people are here. I think people are congesting up to get to Abol today. It's gonna be a madhouse. I didn't know, but right in front of the shelter here is the crossing. We have an option of rock hopping or the log. Pocket Rocket has opted for the log. So she's gonna try that, and I'll go after her. Just remember, folks, when someone's on a bridge, don't jump on the bridge until they're across, otherwise you shake it and throw off their balance. So I'll wait till she's done. At least there's a good support in the middle. There's a big pile of rocks there as well. Looks pretty good. I mean, if she can do it, I can do it, right? Or I can get overconfident and fall in, get wet shoes. And there she goes. These are nice logs. Perfect length. Good support in the middle so they don't bounce. Pretty good. My turn. Ooh. So yes, today we have 15 miles and only about 1,500 feet elevation gain. Here's the elevation profile. It's mostly level, little up and downs in the morning, and then midway through we go up to Rainbow Ledges, and that's like a few hundred feet climb. It just all adds up to 1,500, and then we go down and we'll be there. So not too tough a day. The only tough parts is the terrain for me. Like rooty, rocky terrain is a little harder. I have to concentrate more so I don't slip, and there's more foot manipulation so I don't hurt my tendons some more. With that tendon damage, what it causes is you can't lift your toes up as much without pain. So generally I try not to do anything that requires me to lift my toes up, and that's part of the balance thing as well. But super hazy, right? Oh, there's a lake over here. Ah, this must be like Rainbow Lake. All the water is pouring out of there. This could be why the water was so warm. This whole lake is really warm, I bet. I was talking to Tina about that Crescent Lake yesterday, and I was like, you know what? I bet a long time ago the trail designers are like, yeah, we got this trail done. It's only 99 miles though. Wouldn't it be cool if we could call it the 100-mile wilderness? And they just did their best to try to get another mile by doing extra loops and going west, east, west, east, west, east. I think for a portion of today, we're gonna go away from Katahdin, like as a bird flies, literally away from Katahdin for a while. And just like zigzag, zigzag to make 100 miles. We're still walking beside this lake, and we've been trying to spot a loon just because we haven't seen one. We saw a couple of birds back there swimming around in the water, but they were rather small and they weren't dark. I thought loons were darker, but just earlier one flew over and was making loon sounds, and you could hear the wings like as he flew over. I'm hoping he comes back right as I record. No, but we haven't seen one with a positive identification yet, but we'll see. Those little birds in the back, I tried to take a picture of them, but as soon as I pulled my phone out, they disappeared. They like swam off so quickly, and that was that. But come on, some bird fly over us again. We're just walking past these gigantic ferns. I mean, look how big they are relative to a trekking pole. They're like 3 feet. Big canopies. These are huge, huge things. I don't think we've seen ferns this big yet. Like, look at this guy. Huge guy. It looks really pretty with the water droplets on him. Right next to the trail. They're doing really well, nice and healthy. Yeah, there's another one. Gigantic ferns. I don't think we've seen them. I don't know. Maybe I walked past them and I was just focused looking down and I just didn't notice them. Right now you need to focus down so you don't get your... Nope, I got my feet wet a little. Alright, let's put this away and try to stay out of this mud. Silly squirrels. Silly squirrels. He's right there. Go get him! Or her. Go get her! Go get her! Where'd she go? We've been walking along this lake for quite a while, and like usual, it's a lot of little up and downs. I believe it's Rainbow Lake. It's a huge lake, and we're gonna go up on the Rainbow Ledges sometime soon, but listen to those waves lapping. It's breezy and the clouds are low. Fortunately, it really hasn't rained much today, just a lot of tree rain, and the breeze picks up, but humid, wet day. I don't know if you could see how pruny my hands are because they're wet all the time. Can't see much of the lake. But we just heard a loon.
Yes. Probably.
I won't get it in audio, but the water's too loud.
Nobody responded.
Oh, it's a solitary loon. Sad. Since the lake way down below, we've been climbing and just check out these woods. It's more open so you can see further, and it's clearer now so you can also see further, but huge rocks covered in moss. Just big hills of moss. It's just amazing. So much moss. Beautiful. There's just a beautiful, peaceful section of the lake here, and I'm trying to be quiet in case something's over here in the lagoon area. Doesn't look like it. There's a lot of plants in the water. I was hoping there might be a loon swimming around. Nothing though, I don't think so. I don't think I see anything. I've seen water flowing down the AT before, but this is the longest I've seen water flowing down the AT. I mean, it's been flowing for a long time. It's finally thinned out. Oh, it's still flowing up there. It's crazy how much water is coming down the AT here. It's all on the rocks. And it just keeps going. Looks like up there it's gonna slow down, but for a while it was a full-on creek. The AT Creek. The ATC. It was a rough trail coming up with those streams. My feet are both soaking wet now, but good news is we've hit the rainbow ledges, so we start going down. But also Baxter Peak is 21.2 miles away. By the way, they call it Katahdin, but it's Baxter Peak. Some people say Mount Katahdin, but I think it's really Baxter Peak. Codename Katahdin. We finally made it to the other side of the 100-mile wilderness. There's the old sign that tries to scare you to take 10 days of supplies with you. And I'm happy. I think we only have like 0.2 miles to get to the road. I think it's 0.2, 0.1. I can't tell if that's a road I see to my right. There seems to be no signs indicating distance, but once we're on the road we have about half-mile walk to the campground. So, but officially we're done with the 100-mile wilderness. Can you believe that? All set. Now we just gotta get into Abol, pick up my trekking poles first, and then tomorrow morning is gonna be an interesting thing because everybody, well, the thru hikers are supposed to go to Birch's campground just below Katahdin, and they generally have 12 spaces available, but there are all kinds of things going on. Like, we talked to one thru hiker, he was a no-bo, but he said his girlfriend was going to meet him at Abol and then lie and say she's a thru hiker, take up a spot, things like that. And there are a plethora of flip-floppers coming from the south, mostly because they say heat, but the places where we've heard they're flip-flopping from, they would never have made it to Katahdin by the end of September. So there are a ton of flip-floppers still coming through, so we think there's gonna be a bunch there, trying to get up to Katahdin and then head south. So there's pretty big competition at Birch's there. Reports are sometimes they do what they can to squeeze people in, but I don't know, we're gonna have to wake up really early and get there because I don't know, we think it's gonna be pretty tight. There's gonna be a lot of people saying they're no-go thru hikers. We were saying that it'd be nice if they prioritized actual finishers that'll be at Katahdin. Let us stay there as our reward for hiking 2,100 80 miles, which would be as we enter Baxter State Park. That would be ideal as a reward. But we don't know what's going to happen tomorrow morning. We'll see. I'm at the road and the AT goes this way. It's a paved road. We're almost at Abol. I can't even see it. Supposedly they sell burgers and sandwiches and stuff there. Abol Campground does have a shower, so we were definitely doing that. And we're going to charge up our battery banks because we still have to camp out here and then camp out one night in Katahdin, hopefully at Birches, and then summit. And we want to have full batteries for our summit day. Here we come upon Abol Bridge. We get to finally see what this river is like. I believe, I don't know what river it is. There's a couple people standing on the bridge. Whoa. I guess that's Abol Campground down below. I don't know. Or is it dispersed camping? Oh, it's a big river. Whatever it is, and there's a weird spot in the middle. Wow. We're inside a cabin. We're at Abol Bridge Campground, and they fortunately have one cabin left. And look at all these beds. There's 6 cots here, but we're just taking one. And there's no blankets or sheets or anything, so we're gonna have to like lay stuff down and sleep on top of it somehow one way or another. But yeah, we're gonna go eat now. One of the reasons we got a cabin is because tomorrow morning we're gonna try to get up nice and early to get to the ranger station to get one of the 12 spots at Birches. So by doing this, we don't have to pack up a tent or anything. We can just kind of have our gear pseudo ready, shove everything in our packs as quickly as we can after we wake up, and head off.
Stop! There's a big spider net.
There's a big spider net here. But I guess the only catch is actually everything's alright. We're gonna take showers actually. We have little towels ourselves, so we don't need anything, but I have to pee. So we're gonna go to the shower area first and then go eat, and then we'll come right back. Hey there, it's time for bed. We had a pretty good time at the Abol Campground dining area. They had great sandwiches there, reasonable prices considering everything is run on diesel generators out here because they don't have any power. But we're gonna go to sleep really early tonight just because we gotta wake up. We're gonna wake up around 3:15 tomorrow so we can get to the ranger station so we could sign up for a camp spot at Birches because we really want to get there. If we don't, we have to hike 4 miles back here, and then tomorrow morning hike the 4 miles back. So it's going to be 8 miles extra hiking, and like some of these young guys can do it, but I'm trying to avoid that. So ideally we get a spot. Hopefully we do. So wish us luck, and thanks for watching. Y'all take care, and y'all have a good night. And oh yeah, the Abol Campground has a decent resupply. If you go through, I mean, some of the prices are a little high, but they have pretty much most things you would want. So not bad. They even have small fuel canisters. But anyway, all right, thanks for watching. Good night.